Yo, what's good, y'all? This is your boy Tony Sway here, and this is my brand new story. Hey, what's good, y'all? This is your boy Tony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, what's good, y'all? This is your boy Tony Sway here, and this is my brand new YouTube series that I'm producing, and it's called Tony Sway's True Hollywood Stories. So obviously, this is inspired by one of my favorite shows of all time, Dave Chappelle and the legendary Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace. If anybody's familiar with that, this is kind of just my own version of pretty much all my experiences in the industry, flying out to LA and basically working with the absolute biggest names in the industry, such as Albie Shore, Quincy Combs, hanging out at Diddy's mansion, kicking it with my boy Frankie J, known for the Sugar Sugar hit with Baby Bash and many more hits, and several other people that I've worked with. And it's basically just going to be a series of different experiences and lessons that I've learned working in the industry, and some of the tips that I've got from the biggest people, the most successful artists of all time. So this first episode is going to be about the time I met Albie Shore, hanging out with Quincy, his son Quincy Combs. As you know, actor, model, musician, he does it all. That's my boy, bro for life. So, as the story goes, taking it right, one day Quincy hits me up, out of the blue, it's out of left field, I'm at home here, Seattle, Washington, and he's like, hey man, I got a crazy opportunity for you. I think it's gonna be special. That Night and Day remix that you sent to me years back, I think it's time to finish that record, and I think I might be able to get my pops, Albie Shore, to come out, and I'm gonna fly you out. So next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, I think, I'm like, damn right I can make it. So I drive my '97 S-Class Benz that I had at the time, and basically I just drove straight to the airport. I didn't think about a ride back or nothing. Dropped the car off there. I didn't know exactly how many days I'd be out. He gets me the ticket, forwards me the ticket. Good looking out. So flying out to LA. It's in the morning. I get picked up by, I don't know, I think it's like, it's not taxi, but it's the Uber. I got picked up by an Uber person in LA, telling me all kinds of crazy, wild stories about the people he picks up. So that's tripping me out. And so I'm going out there with all the big time hot shots. So I meet up with my boy Quincy, standing outside of Diddy's mansion and trying to be cool, and I'm by myself for a while, and I'm like, damn, when is my homie gonna show up? And in rolls Quincy, you know what I mean, fly, you know what I mean, he's that guy. And so he rolls up, he got his boy with him, he got his hairstylist, and it's all positive vibes. I hadn't seen him probably in a couple years, and he's like, yo, you ready to do this remake, man? This is about to be hot, and just know that this is gonna be crazy. So he rolls up, he got his custom whip and whatnot, and he's like, hey Sway, what's good, man? It's like, let's get this studio session going. And he said, we're probably gonna be there at night. I'm staying in touch with my pops, Albie, and he has no clue what's about to go down. So we're rolling around all day. We're rolling around LA, whatnot, just kind of, killing time, preparing for the studio session. And I'm like, damn, this is about to go down. We're gonna complete this Night and Day remake. He had me remake the beat all the way back in maybe 2011. And so it was in the works for years. And so after 3-4 hours messing around LA, running into random people and whatnot, and we roll up to the studio. It's at some legendary engineer's house. I can't remember the guy's name, but all I know is he has plaques of SWV. That's what stood out to me, is I saw that SWV plaque, and I was like, if that guy was involved with that album, I know he's somebody special. And but the most important thing is, the first thing we do is we walk up, and out walks Albie Shore. And crazy, right? I'm seeing the person that inspired my music, that inspired me to do what I'm doing. and it's like, you can't believe that it's happening. So out walks Al B. Shore, greets Quincy, and I'm like, "What up, Al B?" He's like, "Sway, what's good, man?" And I'm not thinking that he doesn't really know who I am, but I'll talk about that later. And he's really cool, one of the humblest people I've ever met. He literally has a light, positive energy that's around him, just truly good soul. You can just tell, this is the energy, the vibe. So we walk into the studio, right, and then you got Sterling Sims that's managing Quincy at the time, and he's also a brilliant singer-songwriter as well. You can look up some of his work from the early 2000s, and we got, you know, assistants and just a lot of powerful people that are in the studio, engineer. And so Al has no idea that we're about to work on Night and Day. Quincy throws on that Night and Day with his vocals, and then Al was just like, he was so excited, man. And he's telling me all these stories, and the point of this video that I wanted to bring up is that there's a story that Al B. Shore told me about the making of Night and Day that changed my life forever. I said, "Man, Al B, what makes Night? I always wanted to know what made Night and Day. What's that magic? How'd you guys put that together? Like, why is that record so incredible?" That's why we're remaking it even in the studio. And he said, "You know what? I was doing when I was finishing the ad-libs for that record, I was putting so much energy into it that I passed out in the studio." And he's like, "I passed out." It was like, boom. And I was like, I never knew that. And I took that with me. Like, I never forgot what he said about that. I was like, that's how much energy, that's how much effort and passion that was put into that record. And I was like, that's why it touched so many people. That's why it blew up, because it was just raw passion, raw hard work, blood, sweat, and tears going into the effort of making that record. That's why it's so powerful. And obviously the talents of Kyle West and the input of Teddy Riley and all the people that were involved when the making of that song was happening. And so that always stuck with me. And that's one of my, that's a little story that I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to be making some more episodes that talk more about that experience and other experiences. But that's just kind of a little quick short story of the time I met Al B. Shore and what he taught me about Night and Day that made the song so powerful, hanging out with him and his son Quincy. And that's all I'm going to share right now. Look out for more episodes of Tony Sway's True Hollywood Stories. God bless you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, IG, @TonySway. God bless. Peace.